Welcome to A Social Disease, a podcast for recapping and relating to Degrassi Junior High. I'm your host, Jessie Mack.
And I'm Carly Jo Gear, also a host.
This show is not for kids, as we have frank discussions about sex, drugs, and violence. Listener discretion advised.
And we're back.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back after another hiatus.
People are dying, so
shit's getting real out here. However, we're not going to get into why. We've decided we're not going to talk so much about ourselves anymore at the beginning because who gives a fuck?
I mean, our friends and family, but we're hoping to broaden our listeners.
Yes. So we are having a special episode because if you pay any attention to Degrassi, you probably know they are coming out with a new series in 2023.
Woo!
We all thought that hope was lost. They sold the set.
Honestly, it's like really hoped that something would swoop in. I wasn't expecting it to be HBO though. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I wonder if they're gonna did they demolish the school? I know it got sold, but
yeah, I meant to look further into that. I know they used the set for a different show.
Uh-huh.
But that was a while back.
Yeah.
And none of the articles that I found really went too deep into the set being sold. I know they sold some major set pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they would have to recreate these, which it's if they got HBO money, that shouldn't be a problem, right?
I know. Well, it was funny because when I was telling Eric about my excitement about the new Degrassi, I was like, but they sold the set. And he was like, well, does it really matter? And I was like, kinda.
Yeah.
They've had that set for so long.
I know.
We won't die without it, but I do feel like it was, it was like another character.
It really was. I mean, at the very least, it's the front of it. The inside is I don't know if there was consistency inside.
No, I would say, the Netflix version definitely had a much different feel, much more updated than the Next Generation. So
yeah, even if they were using the same rooms, they did so much to it that it wasn't oh wait, that's definitely I guess maybe the foyers and stuff, maybe.
Yeah, hallway wise. But I feel like they had so many more lounge areas in new class.
Oh my god, they had 16 lounge areas in next class.
Yeah, they had one classroom and then 75 lounge rooms. As well as a student council having its own office that they didn't do anything else with. So
but yeah, so it's that exterior really that is the big thing. And the dot, I feel like.
Yeah.
The dot. Yeah. But I don't know, with HBO money, maybe they can recreate that stuff. Maybe if they haven't demolished that front entrance, they could get it back.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able, none of the articles I found discussed what happened to the set beyond it got sold.
Yeah.
But then what? So we'll see. Well. So yeah, it's coming out on HBO Max.
Yes.
And they're working with Wild Brain.
Yeah, what do they do?
Wild Brain is I might be talking out of my ass because I'm just looking at the Wikipedia now. But Wild Brain, it seems to have a bunch of companies related to or under it.
Mm-hmm.
And on this list of Wild Brain Productions, it shows Epitome Productions.
Oh.
Which is what that was what Degrassi.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Next Generation.
Epitome.
Junior High,
I definitely
Epitome.
Always read it as Epitome. So
me too.
Okay, great. I'm glad.
But I'm pretty sure it's Epitome, right?
I don't know. I never thought about it being anything but Epitome. So I feel stupid now.
Oh, no. This is the thing. It is Epitome, but I also always read it as Epitome.
Glad we're both dumb.
It's how I read hyperbole as hyperbole.
Hyperbole? No, same.
Like, and I, no matter how many times, every time I read the word hyperbole, I'm like, hyperbole. No, hyperbole, dumbass.
No,
okay.
same.
But yes, okay, so Wild Brain has been involved all along, apparently, as Epitome is under them in some way related, yada, yada.
Okay.
All right, so yeah. That's that.
That's more promising. That sounds good.
So Wild Brain is working with HBO Max. And here's the other thing, the showrunners. So, all right, Linda Schuyler and Steven Stone are stepping back. They've been writing for like decades.
Right.
The new showrunners, though, Laura, why does everyone have these names? Laura Azzopardi. Sorry, Laura. If
Laura
that's
Hyperbole.
Laura Hyperbole and Julia Cohen.
Okay.
Are the new showrunners. They wrote on Degrassi Next Generation.
Okay.
Previously.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We have the same production company. We have showrunners who were involved in the past.
Okay.
So that's promising.
I definitely felt like the Netflix version, I felt like they stayed true to Degrassi, to what it is. And so I think my biggest concern about it being on HBO is that, you know, what we've seen people talking about is like, are they going to hire all people that are not age appropriate so that we can have like more gratuitous sex scenes?
Which I do not want.
I don't want that either. That is definitely like my concern, is I'm like, you know, I think I could handle it maybe like having more leniency with like swearing and stuff to make it more like realistic.
That's authenticity.
Yeah.
Kids swear like crazy.
We're not calling people broomheads anymore, you know? Yeah. So we
get like a bitch here and there on the show.
Yeah.
But like we don't get the F-bombs or shit or so I do agree. Pushing it with swearing language a little bit. We don't have to go OTT. But
yeah, I just kind of feel like the way in which they've always done Degrassi, it's like, yes, we are seeing like mature content, but it's always done very innocently.
Yes, it's like, I mean, tastefully.
Yeah.
That's an interesting word to define.
I know, right?
But like we are preserving these teens as best we can while still telling authentic teen stories, because teens do have sex. They do get into shit that is like that adults don't necessarily want to think they are. Despite
they do
having
wear
been
thongs up to their, you know, breasts and walk around the hallways like that. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, these storylines are important, but we don't need to see graphic sex scenes. Like in a show like Euphoria.
I haven't watched Euphoria, but I hear people saying like,
oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's dark. It's dark, very raunchy, very gratuitous. It is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, that is, teens are raunchy
to some aspect. They
have sex, they do these things, but like we don't have to see that necessarily.
Yeah.
On every teen show. You know?
Because that's just never how Degrassi was. Degrassi was never like, they had, certainly there was dark themes and dark topics that got brought up, but like, I don't know, just I felt it was always through a very hopeful and like colorful lens, so to speak. Like they
know when to cut away.
Yeah. They know when to pause, freeze frame at the end.
Like they know when to be like, all right, here's the lead up. We all know what's going to happen, but we don't need to see it. That's not, you know, like we did see an assortment of like boners over the years.
But that's not like a sexy, like, you know what I mean? So I think that's what we mostly see with like teen, I'm putting teen in quotes, teen content, is that they do try to make it so sexy. But like, you know, I don't think that that's what these stories are about. Like, that's not high school and middle school. I mean, they've been awkward for everybody. So it's like, we don't need super confident, sexy teens. Like, we want real characters, you know?
Like, how sexy is high school sex? I wasn't having it.
Yeah, I mean...
And the little experience I had was like definitely awkward and not hot and like,
yeah,
you know, I mean, we all know if,
right.
For our new listeners who don't know, I had no game in high school. So
And
like,
I don't
have a reference there.
Yeah.
But Carly does, and was like, I mean, it wasn't this.
It, you know, it was a lot of, wait, when is your mom coming home from work? Okay. Yeah. Or, ow, that hurts. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Let's try again.
We just kind of forget parents exist on a lot of these teen shows.
Yeah, like, exactly. Because we only see like a handful of parents.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, parents are just never around. They don't give a fuck. Like, no, in real life, the hotness is definitely dumbed down by like the,
oh yeah,
hey, my parents could just show up and bust in on it, like, or just not being experienced, not like, because I mean that's a huge element of it too. Is like I don't have the experience to feel confident in what I'm doing,
right?
But you know, I do think like, yeah, we need to keep in that quote unquote again tasteful. I don't think that's the right word to use, but like
wholesome. Like I don't know. I don't know why like Degrassi.
Also, no, but
it's not. I know it's not quite right, but like I just always feel like the way they always did their storylines, it was like wow, they do like we you know that was their tagline, right? It goes there, right? Like it does. Degrassi has always gone there and always covered topics that like other teen shows weren't covering, but just in their own way.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm worried that we're going to lose that because it's HBO.
Yes. Yeah, like, so I, you know, I'm trying to think, and maybe I should have looked this up before, is like, HBO really doesn't cater to kids and teens. Like, it's...
No, but I mean, I think they're trying to, because that's what, I mean, like, you know, they got Sesame Street and shit, and I think they did? Yeah. Okay. So I think that they do have now, like, kids programming. Okay. So I think that's what maybe HBO is trying to do right now.
Trying to broaden their horizons.
Yeah. Because you're talking about, like, it's not just, you know, people who want to watch action movies on HBO anymore. It's like, no, we're creating, every single platform is creating its own content. And, like, you know, you got to keep up at this point with everybody competing like that. So
yeah, they want to be the streaming service. That's what everybody wants, is to be the streaming service. And this is HBO Max. So like, I don't even know that this will necessarily air on HBO.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
It'll be on the app, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, because they've been saying HBO Max because they haven't been saying HBO. I still call it HBO Go, so I'm still 2000 and late over like, here.
What do we? Why do we have to change it? Why does it have to be HBO Max? What are we doing here? And then we all gotta like download a new app and do it. Like fuck that. But anyways, yeah. So I guess if they are trying to branch out, that is more promising that they will keep with the spirit of original Degrassi. Like, because I do know when HBO first really started doing shows, the whole thing is like, we can say shit, we can show nudity. Like this is fucking, like HBO goes there.
Yeah. Yep.
So like, and it seemed like for a long time, if a show came out on a movie network, it's like, we're putting it here so that we can get raunchy. Like,
I mean, basically.
Oh my God. And honestly, this is an issue for me, is pretty much every adult show on HBO Showtime or whatever, within the first 15 minutes has a sex scene. Like it always has to like come out of the gate. Even if the rest of the show doesn't have that much of it, they got to put it right at the beginning. And I'm always like, this isn't making me more interested in it. This is just like awkward because I don't care about these people yet. And like, I just, so like, they definitely like have to get away from that.
It just makes me think of like Skinamax. And like, is that what they're trying to like catch the like middle-aged dads who are just like channel flipping and they're like, oh, a sex scene. And then they're like, what the fuck am I watching? Why am I watching Degrassi?
Whereas for me, I'm like, I might turn this off if this continues because I don't love it. Like, I find them awkward at this point in my life.
It's like, I enjoyed the show Undressed, you know, MTV for what it was. Oh, man,
Undressed.
But Degrassi is not Undressed.
Yes.
Undressed is soft core porn.
Yes.
So.
But even Undressed was more tasteful, quote unquote, than an HBO show.
Well, yes, it had to be because it was only on MTV, but it was on MTV after hours. So
Max. Yeah. I feel like pretty much, because I've been like on Twitter and on the Facebook groups and everything, and I feel like people are being very vocal about the fact that they do not want Euphoria Part 2.
Yeah.
They want Degrassi. They want that. They do not want adult actors playing teens so that they can be fucking on screen. Like, we want...
Give us real children.
Kids.
We want children.
So what we know so far is that they are going to start production this summer in Toronto.
That's good.
They want to release in 2023. I don't quite know when.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing 10-hour-long episodes.
10-hour-long episodes. It's like 10-hour-long episodes. Oh my God.
Our podcast is going to be 50 hours every week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's Degrassi, 24 hours. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow.
They're going to actually turn Degrassi into Big Brother, and you're just going to have the live feeds at all times.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be.
Wow.
So yeah, we already mentioned like how, all right, we're getting some showrunners are going to be former writers. Steven Stone says, and he's like a writer who has been with Degrassi like for a really long time, for like decades, right? This is what he's saying. He says, having produced the first 6 series, by the way, this is a series of tweets. Having produced the first 6 series in the long-running Degrassi franchise, Linda and I, which Linda refers to Linda Schuyler, who used to write on Degrassi for decades with him. Linda and I think the time is perfect to pass the baton over to Laura Azzopardi, pronunciation again, and Julia Cohen for a brand new generation of Degrassi. We worked with Laura and Julia as writers on Degrassi in the early stages of their careers, so we are particularly proud of how their careers have soared over ensuing years. Now they can lend their brilliance and creativity to showrunning, what has turned out to be a great and enduring franchise.
Hell yeah.
So, like, they believe in them. Like, I feel like that is a good sign.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the other thing that we know is this is their plot description that came directly from HBO Max. It's a character-driven series about high school experience and the thrilling, often painful journey of self-discovery. Set in Toronto, the new series explores a group of teenagers and school faculty living in the shadow of events that both bind them together and tear them apart.
Well,
like the bus crash.
Yeah, school shooting, several fires, children killing themselves on campus. Yeah. That's legit.
The show travels deep into the hearts and homes of diverse, complicated characters as they struggle to find their new normal, reaching for hope, redemption, and love.
Ooh.
All right. So that's their description.
You know, my thought is just listening to that like description. I'm like, man, they better have a fucking banger of a opening song. That's all. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I'm gonna skip ahead in my notes because here is one of like the things that people were like, we need this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need a promo in the vein of Shark in the Water.
What's that mean?
Baby, there's a shark in the water. You remember that promo?
No.
Carly.
I don't.
You call yourself a Degrassi fan.
Damn.
And you don't know the Shark in the Water promo?
How did I miss that?
I'm over here like, should you like Google it real quick just to like figure out if you do remember it or not? This is, all right, the Shark in the Water promo is like the iconic Degrassi promo that like huge fans who are like constantly still talking about Degrassi to this day, like they go on and on about how this was like the best promo ever, to the point where we all have it on our Spotify playlists.
Dang. Teen Nick Presents. That's probably why, because I don't think I was watching the series when it was on Teen Nick.
I
think that's the problem.
Well, watch like a snippet of it and...
Oh, yeah, okay. It's got Holly J.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen this.
Oh, no. All right. Well, Carly Jo doesn't no shit, and I guess I'm gonna go find a different co-host because
you should, yeah, because this has. Yeah, this has this has all the characters that I watched to lead up to us starting this podcast so that I could meet all those characters. But yeah, I didn't watch that when it was on TV, so that explains why I did not see that promo.
All right, I forgive you.
Thank you. Wow.
However, in the meantime, you need to watch it because it is so good.
All right, it's 5 out of 5 chef's kisses.
1,000 chef's kisses.
Excellent.
People, okay, like, I guess this is a thing that you happen to have missed, but fans are obsessed with the Shark in the Water promo. I have it on my Spotify playlist.
All right.
The song. And everybody was like, we need that, like, a promo like that. Like, we
energy.
Yes, we need to and after they did their Shark in the Water promo, like, they saw that people liked it and they tried to recreate it, but it never quite caught on like that one.
Yeah.
But VV Brown, who wrote the song Shark in the Water, tweeted out, I would love to recreate a new version of Shark in the Water for the HBO Degrassi.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to get on that, folks.
Oh, boy.
So anyways.
Is this the time? Do I just, like, tweet incessantly at HBO Max to be like, are you casting? Can you put me? I could be a teacher. Well, I could be somebody's parent.
I was over here like, why haven't we actually been writing the fan fictions over time? Because we could have submitted all those and become writers. I'm just saying. Yeah. We need to become consultants in some way. Mm-hmm. Because we got that fan fiction. I'll edit like a master thing of all our fan fiction ideas and be like, see, we got the ideas. We didn't write them, but we got the ideas. So yeah, no, people have been talking about the like, how's the theme song going to be? Some people do want VV Brown to do the theme song, but like, I don't know. Like, to me, no theme song has ever even touched.
Whatever it takes. I know.
That bitch was fucking like...
Right? Like, it's like we need like a whole fucking choir, like, and one soloist who just fucking...
Oh, she poured her whole heart and soul into that. Like, that was the performance of a lifetime. Who even is that woman? Like,
I don't know.
I feel like I want to, like, find her and interview her. She's, like, meant so much to me in my life.
I would bet that, like, she's, like, she probably always wanted to be, like, you know, a famous singer, but has ended up being, like, a background vocalist for, like, a ton of, like, famous artists. I mean, I don't know this. I'm just guessing.
So here's the deal, like... How much fan service do you think they're going to give us? You know, like if we were all like, bring back that fucking gospel soloist, we need her.
Yeah.
You think they would?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
One can dream.
Yeah. I would say like, you know, we haven't gotten to Degrassi High yet. Like, I assume the intro song is going to change.
I don't remember. I don't think it does. No, maybe it does. I don't remember.
Because, like, I like the junior high theme song. It's corny. Mm-hmm. I feel like when it comes to Next Generation, like, they just, you know, every couple of years, they would just kind of remix whatever it takes. None of them ever even touched the original.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, should they go with whatever it takes or should they come up with a whole new one? Because
I think they have to come up with a whole new one, you know? You can't just take whatever it takes.
But like Next Class
you didn't earn it. No, they didn't. I mean,
I know I can make it. Like they did a whole remix. They did a remix, not a Yeah. So like will they do a remix of whatever it takes? Will they do like what, you know,
well, and again, it's just hard because, like, the Netflix version, they had the same actors. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be entirely new characters. Yeah. We don't know as of right now if there's going to be any crossover of old characters maybe having kids or something, or at least working in the air. Yeah, like you know what? Spinner is still working at the Dot. Like, somehow he owns
it now.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. He's married to Emma.
Yeah.
They bought a house. I remember there was that episode where they were talking about buying a house.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Ugh, what a bad couple.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Theme song wise, people are trying to work it out. Who do we want? What do we want? I wrote down some like former cast reactions. They weren't that exciting.
No, I didn't read any that were that good.
Yeah, it was really just like, cool, awesome. You know, there was like this back and forth between the actor who played Sav saying, Stoods rules, and the actress who played Jane saying, Stoods forever, and then Spinner saying, bring back Stoods 100%. Like, that was kind of silly.
What is Stoods?
What?
Yeah, help me.
The band, Spinner had a band, like, with Sav and what's his face?
Damn, sorry.
Grandma Lives in Vagina. Who's that guy?
Damn. If it ain't downtown Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah. Nobody touches a Squatch. Now, if Downtown Sasquatch did the theme song, I'd be here for that.
Oh my god. What if Drake did the theme song?
So, yeah, all right, here's the thing. People are curious if Drake will be involved because...
Does he want that paycheck?
Apparently, he is currently a producer on Euphoria.
Is he really? Oh, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Because he's kind of a creep, isn't he?
Yeah.
Granted, the cast is all adults on that show. So,
okay,
but so, like, people are speculating, like, will he be involved given that he has both the Degrassi and the HBO connection? We'll see. But yeah, for the most part, like, the reactions weren't great. You've probably all seen them. Like, Zoe was like, or the actress who plays Zoe was like, Zoe Rivas is going to be the drama class TA. The new students def want a cute teacher that greets them with bonjour, bitches.
Yeah.
And then later she tweeted, just to clarify, my previous tweet isn't a statement that it's actually happening yet. Winky face.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, but otherwise nobody was like, oh, we're going to be in it. Like, there's no confirmed cast, no confirmed people coming back. Like, we have no idea. I don't think they've cast any of it. I don't know what their ideas are yet. Like,
yeah.
So HBO shows are pretty, like, stylized and moody and all that stuff. Like, whereas Degrassi's overall, like, look and feel is more bright, vibrant, and, like, I don't know that, like, I want them to go down the path of this moody, artistic, like, I would rather keep a brighter, vibrant
I agree.
tone. And, like, I wonder if they will keep that.
Fingers crossed.
Part of me is just, like, because I've been reading about this for days, so I don't have direct sources, just like, oh, I read that. People have said that they intend to keep it family-friendly-ish, you know, PG-13 or whatever you would consider the past.
Okay.
So, like, with everything we've covered already, like, I'm pretty hopeful we won't have the Euphoria treatment. We will have, you know, keep the style, not these sex scenes, all this stuff. Of all the past characters, who do you want to see come back and in what context?
He already said he had nothing to do with it, but, like, Joey Jeremiah, just as a used car salesman, I don't care.
Oh, man.
He's the local.
How the thing about him is, like, he is so active in the Degrassi community.
He loves Degrassi so much.
They need to bring him back somehow. Come on.
I mean, honestly, what student, he could be the like driving instructor or something. You know what I mean? Like, bring back Joey. I think he deserves it. You know what I mean?
Yes, he puts in so much work. Above all the former cast, he puts in the work to keep Degrassi alive. Like,
and, like, I found out because he posted about it first.
Really?
You know, he was my news source. Yeah, I don't know. I'm, like, in some group that he definitely is the moderator for. And he was like, I have nothing to do with it, but... And I'm like, oh, man.
But here's the thing. He has nothing to do with it Yet. Maybe they will, like, because, yeah, who even knows how long they've been developing this? Like, I don't know. You know, this might be like a brand new development, or they might have so much planned. They haven't released enough info for us to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because realistically speaking, I mean, even if you're looking at, like, because... I mean, I guess you could have JT and Liberty's baby would be a teenager at this point, right?
All right.
Because they would have been like, what, 16 when they had the baby, and so now they're going to be they would be, well, if one was alive, but they'd be in their early 30s.
But so I'm struggling to remember, didn't they adopt the child?
Oh, did they give it up for adoption?
Out? Yes, I can't remember.
Maybe, but maybe they still have a relationship with it.
Yeah, well, maybe Liberty. So.
Well, yes. Because, like, there weren't any other... I was like, there were some people... I don't know. Like, basically, I'm thinking back to, like, the Next Generation simply because they would have kids. If they had kids on the show, then they would be old enough to be in high school now. But anybody else who had kids, they wouldn't be old enough to be in high school.
Right. Yeah, that's the issue is bringing it back now. It hasn't been long enough for, like, people in next class to have high school age kids, and it's been too long for people in, like, junior high school. So really we're looking towards the possibility of anyone from the earlier seasons of Next Generation to possibly have a kid that age. So what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, they did adopt it out. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and it's
going to be played by Zendaya.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Okay. So they had the baby in 2005. It is 2021.
2022, bitch.
2025. See, I haven't had to fill out any forms yet, so this is my first official 2022
So in
flub.
2025,
Oh, but it will be 2023 when it comes out.
Yeah, so in 2025, I mean, it would be 18 then. If it was, you're talking 2025, it would be 20, so minus 2 years, 18.
But also, I don't know, it's tough because, like, that kid could potentially have some sort of, like, maybe they fudge the numbers a little bit.
Yeah, you could fudge it. I don't think anybody's going to be upset about it. Fudge it.
I mean, people will definitely be like, they're not that age, but, like,
give us Liberty's baby,
listen,
bitches.
We need to just do this. Shut the fuck up. Like,
stop
it. What is that character, though, who already had a baby when she came in? Her baby would be even older. Jack was her baby or something like that.
Oh.
No,
you're thinking of Emma's brother was Jack.
I'm thinking of the chick who went on to Vampire Diaries.
Wait, what about Jack?
Jack might have been
Emma's little brother that they kind of like just didn't talk about anymore. Okay. But like, so he would have been born in like 2004 or something, or 2005 maybe.
2003.
Again, fudge it a little bit.
Fudge it.
He stayed back a few years.
He's just real dumb. He got them, I don't know, everyone in that family's pretty smart.
Okay, you know what'd be really fucking funny, though, is to bring back Tori and have her be a third different character.
Oh.
So she's not Angie, she's not Tori. She's a totally different character.
I need that to happen.
Same actress.
I need that to happen.
She's like a teacher and her name is Sally. Like, yes, that's what we need her.
Happen. But who?
And like other people being like, you look familiar. And she's like, I just have one of those faces, I guess.
Degrassi, this is why you need us.
Duh, yes.
All right. I could not remember her name because honestly, I don't care about this character, but she had a baby, so Mia.
Oh, is that Nina Dobrev?
Nina, yes. And she already she came in already with a baby.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, she came to Degrassi with a 2-year-old.
Okay, so
2004, so another fudge the number scenario. Why are they all just like past the
just
cutoff?
a hair, just the hair off?
However, brainstorm Jonah.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say because he had a kid too, but like that kid would be way too young.
Maybe not.
Because they were the class of 2017? Or 2018.
Right. I'm just like looking at the wiki and it's a struggle.
Here's the thing. You know what else you can give us? Give us more like a Craig situation where it's somebody's stepkid and they just happen to be the right age. You could do that for us too.
That could happen. All right. So according to Degrassi Wiki, Jonah was born in 1997.
Okay.
What we do know is that he got a random 14-year-old girl pregnant.
So if he was also 14.
If he was also 14, that baby would have been born in 2011. But if he was older than that, see, he never says how old he was when he got her pregnant. As like, it's not like
Maybe he was 12.
Well, no, I had the assumption he was older than her.
Yeah. I did too.
Like I specifically even like looked. There's a whole wiki page for Jonah baby mama relationship, and it says that he and a unnamed 14-year-old girl got pregnant before the show. It does not say how old he was.
Okay.
So I got the impression he was at least 14, if not older.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have happened in 2011, and it'll be 2023.
So 12.
Oh, like, unless, are we going to include junior high characters? Like, 12 is junior high, or is it 6th grade,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like you think you turn 12 in 5th grade.
So whether or not Jonah's kid could be on there will depend on how young they go and if they fudge the numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
Really, all so it seems like for the most part, the babies that we're aware of, off the top of our heads anyways, you would have to fudge the numbers.
Yeah.
Which people would definitely be like, that's not the right age, but like I think they would get over it just to have that connection to the past. I don't really care about Mia.
Yeah.
To want her back. However, the possibility, like HBO could potentially be a big enough draw for her to bring her back in.
Yeah.
Because like she's like this big celebrity that I don't give a fuck about. Like, I don't care about her on Degrassi. I don't care about her now. But she could potentially draw people in. They might want to fudge the numbers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there is Jack, who brings Simpson back in, potentially brings Emma back in. That's a maybe. But then the variable that we haven't discussed is just babies born off screen in the meantime.
Well, they were all born off screen.
Yeah. We didn't see any conception on this show.
No childbirth. We didn't see any crowning. No.
So the only real way to have it like officially this kid is the right age is that it was a character that we did not keep track of. Just had a baby and they come back, which I would totally accept.
Yeah.
You know?
I would too.
That being said, beyond baby, parent, I mean,
is Snake going to be the principal?
Yeah.
I know he left at one point.
Okay.
Like I don't think he was principal. Can we see Raditch at any point just for shits and giggles?
I wish.
Like, can we just get Raditch exercising in the gym one time?
I mean, how could we get Raditch back?
He could be a substitute. You know what I mean? Like he's retired, but he can't give it up.
But he's lonely.
Yeah. He can't give it up, so he just comes back to sub.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
So Snake was still the principal when Next Class ended, yes.
He was. We just didn't really see him a lot. I feel like he just kind of like dropped off.
He could potentially come back, though. Or we could get a whole new principal. Were there any DJs in Next Class? We need that DJ to teacher to principal pipeline. We need to keep that going.
Oh, it's got to be what's his face that Emma dated.
Oh shit! Oh, Chris.
It's got to be Chris. Chris is gonna be the principal.
Oh yeah, it's your boy.
Yeah, and like every time he's trying to relate to kids, he like goes up to them and like beats on their chest, and they're like, "This is weird. You can't do this." And he's like, "Oh, I just wanted you to feel the beat." Oh my god!
And like before that, like there was a no hats in school rule.
Yeah,
but he shows up as principal. He's like, you know what? We need hats because
hats are mandatory. Like we're not doing we're not doing uniforms, but like you need to wear a hat. Preferably like a Kangol hat.
The only uniform is the hat. You can wear whatever you want, but you need a hat. You can't get in without a hat.
Yep.
We need to keep that head warm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anybody else ever did any sort of DJing. I mean, I would absolutely. I mean, I feel like we're the only people who have acknowledged the DJ to teacher to principal pipeline, and there was no former DJ student to teacher in next class. Can we at the very least get it started with a former DJ to be a teacher to become the principal?
Yep, I was for Chris.
Chris is the one I can think of off the top of my head. I'm not sure if there were any other DJs.
Well, while we're at it, can we get Towers back?
God damn it, I would love to see Towers again.
Oh my God. He's the one who adopted Liberty's baby because he was just trying to get close to Liberty.
But yeah, when it comes to like characters in general that I want to see back, like I can just go my favorites: Craig, Manny, Lola. I wanted to see Lola and Yael's friendship blossom.
I know,
and it broke my heart that we didn't get to. And I want them to come back in
what
some
if,
capacity.
Like, Yael is like a streamer now? You know what I mean? And like then therefore like they're kind of like a celebrity, and so like that would be kind of fun to like have the next this new class be like, oh my God, it's Yael. I follow them on Twitch. Or, you know, they probably wouldn't say Twitch, but like.
Ditch. I don't know.
I follow them on Twatch.
I am going and registering Twatch.com.
Listen, because it reminds me of, so whenever we watch Twitch on our TV, it's for an app that's like the Roku Twitch, like unofficial, and it's called Twoku. Yeah, so.
But like, all right. Media immersion. Could Yael be the new media immersion teacher?
Could be. Or it could be Baz.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Baz. I want to see Yael, so I'm trying to figure out a way to get them back.
Okay, all right.
Because, like, here's the thing, right?
I want something more for Yael, though. I don't want them to have to be a media teacher at school.
I know, but, like, I'm just, like, imagining a storyline of them, like, mentoring a trans kid or something.
Oh, that'd be cute, yeah.
And I just love Yael, and I was really sad that we didn't get to see them blossom, so I really want them back, so I will accept them as a media immersion teacher.
Here's the thing about the next class is that, like, they would have just barely, like, would they still be in college? You know what I mean? Like, 2023, you're talking this is, like, 5 years after they graduated, you know what I mean? So like they probably would have been, as long as they did the exact 4 years or whatever right after high school, they'd be like just graduating. Not that they couldn't be the new teacher.
So Yael was born in 1999. They would be 24.
Yeah. So like fresh out of college. I mean, like.
How long does it take to become a teacher after college?
I think you usually do like your student teaching in college. So I think like once you graduate, you can be a teacher.
So what you're saying is it's not impossible.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay. So I am selfishly wanting Yael to become a teacher so that I can see them again and have Lola be somehow in their life so we can just see their friendship, because I loved their friendship so much. And I also would love Yael to be some sort of mentor. Yeah, the other people like I would love to see back are like Paige and Marco in some capacity. So really, yeah, I guess the whole thing is just like either people are going to have to become a teacher or a mentor or a parent off screen.
Own something that like, yeah, like a business, yeah.
So who I don't want to see again is fucking Maya.
Okay, well we got that part. We heard you, Jesse, loud and clear.
Or Emma.
Oh man,
I've never liked Emma.
I mean, I never really liked Emma either, but like, you know, I hope the dolphin pans are in the Smithsonian. Okay. I
don't want to see Ashley ever again. I don't know why I sound like such a friggin' misogynist.
I know, right?
Woman. Wow. I mean, I already said I don't want to see Baz, so
yeah. Who is in fact a misogynist? So
yes.
I don't want to see Tristan back.
Oh my god.
Oh, how old do you have to be mayor? Can Miles be mayor of Toronto?
Oh no. Here's the thing. Next Class is so fresh on my mind because we covered it. And the thing is, we didn't cover Next Generation yet. So it's like they're a very, like, that's where we would really pull from for, like, who has kids.
Yeah.
And then when in regards to junior high, it's like the grandpa of a character, you know, like how do we include them?
What if when Caitlin and Joey got together, they ended up having a kid in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could do stuff like that where like
Some late in life
they
kids.
in theory could have had a child together that would be age appropriate to be in high school now. And then we get Joey back. So I'm going to contact someone. I'm going to tweet at HBO Max.
Okay. I know who you want to see back though from Next Class. Winston.
Oh, I did love Winston. Oh, yeah, I did.
You know what? God, let's see. I'm having all these feelings because Next Class just got cut short, and I just have this. This is the thing, we've seen so much from Next Generation, but we didn't get to see so many of Next Class go on and what they've been doing. So they're on the brain of like, I just want to see this. I want to know that Grace is still alive.
Oh my God, right?
Oh my God, like, I need that.
She died. Jonah's a single dad.
The kid that suddenly he has custody of because they were like, oh wait, you're not a drug addict anymore, I guess.
No, I was thinking like him and Grace were together. And,
had a kid?
Yeah, had a kid, died during childbirth. Very dramatic.
Oh no, don't do that to me.
Remember, I was like, I want everything to be light and you know, like colorful.
But I want Grace to die during
childbirth. Kill Grace during childbirth.
No. What storylines and like characters would you like to see them cover?
Storylines. I mean, TikTok wasn't what it was when Next Generation or when New Class was on.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like you could have a lot of stories revolving around TikTok being like the weird challenges that come out, like, you know, there being random like threats of school violence or bombs or something like on TikTok. So like that's definitely got a lot of potential for storylines.
I had lots of ideas.
Ooh, I mean, I kind of wonder if they'll take the opportunity to maybe do any thing pandemic wise, like if they want to talk about this generation's having to do online school and like how that could have affected their mental health and their socialization, you know, very heavily. So that's something they could touch on.
So yeah, I was kind of like over here, like, it'll be 2023. They'll be filming in 2022. They won't necessarily be able to anticipate COVID for 2023. Who really knows where we'll be at that time? Will they include it at all? Will they try to include it? Will they try to anticipate what COVID will be?
I mean, I don't even know that you need. I don't know that you need to anticipate it so much as it's just we need to see the effects of what, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm seeing now, I work in a school now as a tutor and like seeing how far behind America's children are is really fucking wild, you know? Like, as much as it was the safest thing to do, you know, the kids' learning suffered greatly as well as their socializing. So like,
I mean, I think like this is a topic that if they really want to cover COVID and they want to talk about its effect on kids, it's going to be hard because there are like the two schools of thought. There's the kids are suffering from not being in school. And there's the kids are suffering because we're dragging this shit out and they're losing their loved ones and they're getting exposed and they're afraid all the time. And I think like, it's not as simple as either one. Right.
But it's like, you know, their generation was greatly affected. Regardless of what you want to cover about it, like it affected them greatly. So yeah, you know, that's I just think it's a good opportunity to, you know, have that kind of storyline.
I hope if they do though, I do hope that they like try to tackle the nuance of all of it. You know, like, I think, like, the nuance of how their mental health has been affected by the whole thing, not just, like, being out of school, but also being in school. Because I know there are also a lot of kids who are terrified to go back. And they're like, can we just, like, there's so much. There's just so much. I mean, I feel like they could make the entire show about COVID, which I do not want. Personally, in my TV, I don't want to even talk about COVID. I don't want to see a mask. I don't want to see none of this shit. However, Degrassi takes topics that are relevant and, you know, so they probably will include it. But so my thoughts about COVID were, A, the mask usage better make sense. Because I've seen shows, the few shows I've seen that include COVID and have the masks, one second they're wearing a mask, the other second they're not. Same group of people. And I'm like, why are you wearing a mask now but not then? And what are we doing? I find masks on TV to be so distracting. Like,
I guess you don't watch a lot of doctor shows.
In that context, it's different. In this context, like, so there was this show on recently. It was just on. It's like the TV was on and it was just on. And it was like a courtroom drama kind of situation. The mask usage made no sense. Just randomly wearing them, randomly not. But man, did they really milk that dramatically pulling down the mask to make a statement to the judge to object or something. Pull it off. I object. Like, no, you would keep it on. You're not allowed to just take it off because you're passionate.
Well, that's when you don't spread COVID. When you're passionate, your passions your passions contain the COVID and it doesn't go anywhere.
It's just, masks are hard because you want to show them, because you want to normalize, like, this is what we do, but you're going to cut off all of the emotion. So how do we implement masks in a way that doesn't, like, detract from the story if we're still wearing masks? Who fucking knows what's going to be happening then?
Who knows?
What I did want to have in the event that they include, this is all in the event that they include it, an anti-vaxxer. I need an anti-vaxxer. I need a conspiracy theorist. I need somebody in general. I need that in my life. That would be so fucking funny. And the way Degrassi would do it would be great. Like, I need the kid who's not only an anti-vaxxer, but is like a 9/11 truther. I need all of it.
In Canada. He's a 9/11 truther in Canada.
That's just what springs to mind, you know?
Yeah.
I need a conspiracy theorist, period. Because conspiracy theories have become such a giant part of our lives at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other aspect of COVID that I wanted was a teen dying.
Damn.
I know it's bleak. However, I have an agenda.
Yes.
Because the narrative about COVID has had so much of, like, it only affects old and sick people. But, like, that's not true.
Oh my God, Grace wouldn't make it past COVID. I'm sorry. I hope Grace was protected during COVID. I know. I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry that I've come up with every single reason why Grace should be dead.
Why are you trying to kill my faith?
Really liked her hair, but she's dead.
But so, like, okay, so here's the thing. In my, like, you know, because I'm terminally online, in my discussions of COVID...
I'm sorry, terminally online?
You haven't heard that yet? Because it's because you're not terminally online is why you haven't heard it.
Yeah. I'm terminally on Facebook, which is, you know, the sad part, because I'm old now.
I'm older than you.
I know, but, like, you don't use Facebook the way I use Facebook. You actually, like, really enjoy Twitter, and I'm like, what? I don't want to tweet.
Right. But so the whole, like, a big narrative of, like, we should just go on with our lives. Fuck it, whatever. Like, go maskless. Do what you want. Whatever. Is only old and sick people die. That has been the narrative, and that's not true. Of course, it's statistically more likely. However, it's really shitty to not give a fuck about old and sick people.
Right.
Like, so my thought, my brainstorm was a teen dying. Whether or not they're healthy is iffy, because healthy people do die. But also, like, there's this whole, I don't know if you saw the disgusting display that came out. What was that bitch's name? Who was like, oh, really, most, like, 75% of people who are dying have comorbidities. So, like, this is promising news.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know who said it.
Yeah, I'm not quoting her specifically. It pissed me off. Like, so what I would find interesting and impactful is if a teenager or younger person, if somehow Grace gets back into the picture, like with a comorbid disorder that contributes to COVID, to COVID, and it works together to develop this character, show their quality of life, humanize them. Like, we know this person enjoys life, wants to be alive, has people who care about them, like, wants to keep living. Yeah. Would keep living.
Right.
Gets COVID, dies. I feel like people need to see that reality because too many people are writing off, well, they had a comorbid disorder and like whatever, as if they were like on their deathbed anyways. And like they didn't give a fuck. Like, no, they wanted to live. They would have lived.
Yeah.
People love them. Like, so that was my thought. If they do a COVID plotline, is like, how, like, do we really use this moment to counter that narrative of who gives a fuck, they're sick anyways? Like, no, this is a human being, you fucking asshole. Like, you know? Yeah. So anyways, that was my thought. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if they'll go there, but I
mean, well, it's gonna be Grace. She's
but not Grace.
Anybody but Grace. Anybody else with comorbidities, not Grace.
Character wise, like, I want to see a trans or non-binary character who is actually trans or non-binary in real life.
Yeah. I think we'll get that.
This has been a major thing about Degrassi. It's like you're having this representation, but you're actually, they're not in real life. Like, that's important to a lot of people.
Right, because it's like clearly they cast these kids and then like later decided, you know what I mean? Like, they need to purposefully cast somebody who's trans or non-binary. As opposed to being like, we're just gonna write their character into this. Because, I mean, let's be honest, like, this generation, they're figuring this stuff out a lot earlier than we were. So I think it would be totally normal and something we should see, that we would have a trans character in high school, or not, and especially non-binary as well. So
I think that's like really important for them to like step it up that further notch and have. This is actually a trans person, not a girl playing a trans boy.
Right.
You know, so I think that's like a huge push. Everyone's vocalized that. So if they're paying attention, they'll do it, right?
I mean, maybe somebody who's like in a wheelchair or something, that like we actually get fucking, like legitimate storylines about, not, you know what I mean? Like, not just a character that fades into the background. Right. Eventually. I
definitely, I would like some more disability representation. Like, I know we've covered a lot of mental health issues over the years, but we've had like less physical disabilities. Like there was Jimmy, who was a main character and did go through that. And we did have Grace, who had cystic fibrosis, who like that. I thought that was like a really good story to show her like having to cope with her mortality. Like that was a big impactful thing to me. I know a lot of people want to see like a blind and or deaf character.
Played by an actual blind and or deaf actor. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I feel like this is a huge thing, like actually hire actors who are affected by these things.
Right.
Because they do not get opportunities, just like period, right? Like, selfishly, I want to see someone with a circadian rhythm disorder, but that's never going to happen. I need to clearly write my own screenplay because it's never going to happen otherwise. But like, God, it would be so good. Someone who could never sleep and was just like fucking, it was destroying their life. God, I would feel so vindicated, validated, whatever the word is.
Vindicated.
Oh, okay. So big one that I wanted to see is a girl, possibly a Black girl, who is having a hard time getting an ADHD or autism diagnosis because of medical bias.
Yeah.
We have had the autism storyline with Connor.
Oh, bring him back because he is fun as fuck now.
Oh my God. What is the thing he said about her boobs?
Oh,
Oh my god, your ample bosom.
Oh,
your
yes.
Ample bosom.
Ample bosom. That's right. Oh my god.
I just love him.
No, but I love it whenever people post about him in like the fucking Degrassi groups and they're like, did we talk about glow ups? And it's like, damn, he looks so good. Considering he was such a nerdy character.
Would they bring him back though and dress him down so he's still a nerd?
No, I want him to be fine as fuck and back. He's like a model.
I can't remember if they've covered ADHD. I know they've done like dyscalculia with Liberty.
I mean, because Spinner had ADHD, and that's
he did. Okay,
remember he had the Ritalin, and then Jimmy took the Ritalin, and he was like not passing the ball at basketball. Yeah.
Okay, but like I do think like this has been a big thing of adult women being like, when we were kids, nobody was paying attention to how things like ADHD and autism presented in young girls.
Right. They were just like, they're chatty.
Additionally, how it presented in people of color and the, intersection of those two identities. So I think that would be a really interesting storyline to see. And again, I'm personalizing this because it's my own journey. Being misdiagnosed with a mood or personality disorder and fighting that diagnosis. God, I would love to see that play out on TV. Like medical bias in general, racism, sexism, homophobia. Like those are huge issues that people are finally starting to talk about that I feel like would be cool to cover, like this teen who actually has the benefit of information to be able to defend themselves, to demand this at a young age, right? Like another like common thing people are talking about is like, all right, so here's the thing. I think a lot of people who are talking about what they want to see didn't watch Next Class because there's a lot of people who are like, we need to finally have a Black girl with a storyline. And I'm like, Shay.
Yeah.
Shay was like a main character, lots of storylines, well fleshed out. And it wasn't just like she did have the racism storyline, but she had so many others. Like, she had losing her virginity. She had her
butt's not big enough.
Her body image issues. She had her boring sports shit.
The period stuff.
The period storyline was iconic.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Right. No, she
had a love triangle.
There's surely definitely stuff that people are like, they didn't cover this, and it's like, yeah, well, maybe if you'd watched Next or New Class,
So my thought is like, I really want them to keep up with what Next Class did and have more characters who are people of color who have storylines that, we definitely like. You can't ignore bigotry, but I don't want their whole purpose to be there to be a character who experiences bigotry. Like we want them to be well-rounded, fleshed out characters with their own storylines and not just like sidekicks.
Yeah.
And I think they will do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Other ideas that I had was it'd be cool to see a storyline of not really cool because it's not a good subject, but
oh Jesus,
it'd be cool to see this horrible thing.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah. I thought a story on narcissistic abuse from a parent who has the golden child versus scapegoat dynamic.
Wow, that's specific.
Yeah. Oh, I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, no shit. Wow.
Because, I mean, that is a big thing that some kids go through. Like, that's such a... Like, I feel like they almost were there in a way with, like, the Hollingsworth family, but it wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
And I think showing this specifically, golden child, scapegoat, narcissistic parent, that's such a common dynamic in families that I think it'd be kind of interesting to see that play out. I mentioned things like better representation of poverty. Because they do have like characters who are poor, but they don't necessarily... Like, I think Rick was a good representation of like a poor character. But I think in the last so many seasons, they didn't necessarily... Like, they would like bring up the fact that they were poor, but we didn't really like see their life.
Yeah, like Zig was poor, but like we really didn't see his home life.
Yeah. And a lot of like characters who are poor wind up like with these sort of like unrealistic ways out
Right, like who they're dating somebody that's wealthy, so like we'll take you in or something like that. Yeah,
or they somehow get government assistance to live on their own.
well, it is Canada. I mean, I don't know what they do.
So I think that like I would like that. Less sports. No sports. Fuck sports.
Okay.
But a homeless character could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just like a character who's like kicked out, but like maybe their whole family is homeless, living out of their car.
Yeah.
Especially with, well, I don't know about Canada, but like, is Canada evicting people like the U.S. is?
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that. Because if they're having similar issues, then like
right,
that would actually be highly likely that some characters would be living out of their car or hotel or something.
Yeah.
More overweight characters.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, we would talk about fat phobia and stuff, but that wouldn't be their sole purpose. But
yeah, like they can be a confident fat person who dates, dare I say, a skinny person.
My dynamic, your dynamic.
What?
It happens, people.
It does. It sure does.
I really wanted to see a stoner whose life is not destroyed by it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like, just a fucking stoner.
Right, because they're like, come on, people. It's marijuana. Like,
yeah.
it's not cocaine, so...
But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the drug storylines doesn't show people who just casually use drugs and it's fine because those people exist. So,
yeah.
Oh, I would like the work-life balance to be more realistic.
Like you're saying, like they can't do certain things because they have homework to do.
Yeah, I think they really kind of went off the rails with lunchtime abortions.
I know.
And just like, we're just going wherever. It's the middle of the school day and we're downtown. Like, or this one person is part of 16 different clubs.
Right.
Like school president, valedictorian, like all this stuff that is like, no single person could do that many things. And if someone does overdo it, to like actually see authentic burnout.
Yeah.
And then finally, like my hope was just like, let's go back to Degrassi Junior High, Next Generation, where teens actually dress and look like normal teens.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
We need different body types.
Mm-hmm.
We need acne, bad hair.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Like, so you said you're working at a school now?
Yeah.
What do kids look like nowadays? Because I see them on the internet, but I don't see like kids in real life here.
I'm working in an elementary school, but like, I mean, it's literally the 90s are back. Like it couldn't be more 90s. Like, you know, chokers, scrunchies.
I did go to Target the other day.
Yeah, a lot of scrunchies. Like I feel like we're probably getting close to like the bandana look. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where like that was really popular.
Okay.
I mean, obviously crop tops. Like wearing shirts under tank tops. I feel like there's just like a lot of 90s stuff.
You can't see my face right now, but I'm mad at that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember in like when I was a kid, because I remember I didn't want to wear a tank top. Like I was like too like shy to be in a tank top, but they were like cute tank tops, and I was like, oh, but like it's cool. I can put it over a shirt.
That was a look, and I hated that look then, and I hate it today.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a Next Generation Degrassi look. They were doing that, like. But like, I guess what I mean is like with Next Generation, they started off looking more authentic, and then they just got really polished.
Well, and here's the thing. It's like teens, I think, can get away. Like what I've noticed is like. Like teenagers that you're like, oh, that girl is wearing like a very revealing crop top and we're at like a family party right now. But like we're no longer policing girls' bodies and stuff. So that's like something that, you know I've seen that's been like surprising to me, but I'm like, no, I guess that makes sense. 'Cause like that's, there's no reason to judge what they're wearing, Yeah. But so like that's definitely a difference now where I think like girls have more of a liberty to, wear less.
Well, it's more along the lines of like, are they like, I just feel like, as Next Generation, the next class went along, people were so polished.
Yeah,
and so together that like our teens really that because like I know you compare like teens at our age, teens today, and there's all these comparisons, and we were like a fucking mess, whereas kids on Degrassi are so polished.
The ones in the new class, they definitely were always dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I would definitely say like you see a lot of kids in sweats.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So yeah, that's something I want is more authentic costuming.
Mm-hmm.
I just want them to look like real kids. I don't want them to look like the, you know, TikTok makeup artist. I want them to like, because those exist as teens, but that's not every teen. So I would definitely like to see more authentic and realistic costuming and styling, because that is how it started, you know? And I think that's what made it relatable.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think this new series will draw in like a new teen crowd, or will it just like retain the nostalgic older fans?
It's hard because again, like we talked about earlier, I don't know that HBO has cornered the market in teenagers yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. I'm not a teenager.
No, I mean, me neither.
I don't work with teenagers or really talk to teenagers. Are they watching Euphoria?
Probably.
Or is that adults being fucking weirdos watching Euphoria?
No, I mean, honestly, probably. I mean, I know kids in the elementary school that are like, Squid Games. Have you seen Squid Games? And I'm like,
oh my God, I love Squid Games.
I didn't see it yet. But you know what I mean? Like, I think forever there's always going to be stuff that you're like, this isn't appropriate, but they're watching it anyways. You know what I mean?
That was us.
Yeah, that was us. Right. So I'm sure there are, actual teenagers that watch Euphoria. Yeah.
So that could help draw them in. That being on HBO where they're already watching a teen show, maybe they would tune in.
Maybe because I mean, what also like HBO had Girls.
Yeah,
they've got Gossip Girl now. Like it definitely seems like they're pushing to attract that teen audience.
I don't know if you've been paying attention. Did the new Gossip Girl attract a teen audience, or was that a nostalgic thing?
Girl, I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Because that might answer our question. Like, are teens looking to HBO for teen content, or was Gossip Girl just like, hey, all you old people,
I know.
Let's go back in time?
I know.
Like,
or is it just that like our generation has finally got our foot in the door of any of these jobs, and so now we're like, give us what we want, which is just our childhood again.
So apparently Gossip Girl did really well. I'm not seeing the specific demographic information in casual Googling. Yeah, I do wonder, like, how many teens does HBO draw in? How many could they draw in? How will they will they promote this well enough? Because I know with Netflix, a huge issue is a lack of promotion. They didn't push it, so nobody saw it. Yeah. I do think that the binge watching ability really ruined it in a way.
Interesting, yeah.
Because when you binge watch something and it's lighter and it's not this like, oh, I gotta pay attention because there's mysteries and shit. Yeah. I think people are more likely to put it on, tune out on their phone, and totally miss the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whereas if you have to wait week to week, you're more likely to really pay attention when it comes on because it's like an event. Yeah. So I do think, like, for me and I say that because personally, like, the bingeability of the Netflix version, I didn't pay attention. It passed me right by. Yeah. And I was like, whatever, it's not great. And then we started a podcast, and I actually paid attention, and I watched it one at a time, and I loved it. So I think the week to week will help. Like, I'm kind of hopeful.
I'm hopeful
that like, it not only will get teens invested in Degrassi, but we'll get to see all this social media reactions of them watching original Degrassi. Yeah. Because, all right, they're going to release old Degrassi on HBO Max this spring.
Yeah.
They got the rights to it. So they're going to have Next Generation, I guess, not junior high and high school.
Probably not, yeah.
The hope is that they'll put it out on HBO Max and all these teens will come to it for the first time. And we'll get to see them reacting to the shenanigans and the ridiculousness. Yeah. And it'll like just draw this whole new crowd. It'll be great. That's my hope.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be nice.
Hey, I don't know. Those were all the questions I had. So
that's fair. I mean, in conclusion, I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that it's not going to suck ass. So I think it sounds like it's going to be in good hands.
Right.
So there's certainly plenty of room for error, but hopeful that they'll do it justice.
Yeah, my hope for it is that just it exposes all of these teens to the authentic 90s.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Where they can see how their style does not quite mimic it because it's way more polished. Maybe it was just like the types of cameras we use. I don't know.
I want dolphin pants to take the world by storm.
Okay. This is me directly speaking to the creators. Maybe I will accept Emma back
if
she has a child who wears her dolphin pants and is like 90s are in, bitch, and gets laughed out of the school.
All right. Okay, that's very specific again,
yes.
But okay. All right. Got it.
I would love to see the dolphin pants. Like, that would be fan service, like, to the max.
Oh my God, I know, right?
Pants.
But you know what? Like, let's just say this. It would be really cute if there needs to be some Easter eggs. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I think that would be really, really important and really nice for the original fan base.
Right. And then for the new teens that hopefully would jump on it to then discover and be like, oh my God, that's a reference to that.
Yes.
I don't know. I just want to relate to the teens.
Me too. Hello, my fellow youths.
All right. Well, I guess that's all I had to say. Are you?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm excited. This will get me through 2022, which I'm sure will blow.
Optimistic about the new Degrassi.
It's gonna be a reason to live.
2022.
If Degrassi sucks,
then 2023 is gonna suck too.
Oh God. But yeah. So and for everybody who has been listening, we are working towards figuring out how to get a more consistent schedule. We will keep going with junior high, get as far as we can. And then the idea is from there to focus on the new series and then go back to junior high once the new series is over. I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, we don't have anything to give any chef's kisses to.
No. Just the fact that they're doing this.
The news,
5 chef's kisses.
5 chef's kisses. Lighten my whole life.
Yes.
So yeah, Carly, do you have any social media to plug?
You can follow me at The Real Nick Furry with underscores or Carly Jo Gear, different places.
You can follow me I haven't used Instagram in a long time. I'm most active on Twitter, Jesse, but you probably don't want to follow me because I'm very obnoxiously political. But if you want to follow me there, go on and see twitter.com/Jesse. You can follow us at A Social Disease.
Yes.
Across social media platforms.
Yes, we booked it. Nailed it. Got it.
I didn't say a social media. That's... And please rate us and leave some reviews and...
Tell your friends.
Let's get this going. Let's get this hype up for new Degrassi.
Woo!
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. And once again, we're your hosts, Jesse Mack.
And Carly Jo Gear.
And this has been a Social Disease podcast.
Thanks for listening.